Wix versus Squarespace. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we will be doing a quick analysis of both of these popular website building platforms. What are the pros, cons, and different features of both of these platforms, and which one should you get started with? So, to get started with any of these platforms, check the link in the description box down below. To get started absolutely for free, you will get a free trial of any of their premium plans. Now, let's get into it and let's get started with the basic overview of both of these platforms, what the usability is like, what are the price plans that are available. So, in terms of their basic dashboard, now, I have logged onto the Wix dashboard. You guys can see it's pretty easy and simple to navigate through. It has some basic marketing and SEO as well as analytical and reporting features. Their marketing and SEO features are really out of this world because it really enables you to integrate your marketing directly onto Wix, which is something that Squarespace does lack. So if I go onto Squarespace, you guys will see this is going to be your website section. You will see your website information. You will have your settings, permissions, buildings over here, and you can manage your website directly within the Squarespace website editor. You guys can see that they don't really have like a dedicated back end of the website, although it is there obviously, but it's not as separated or segregated the Wix one is. These two are probably one of the most popular website builders out there, and with that you can see that they capture a lot of the website building market. However, although they might seem at a glance to be very similar, just to show you guys the websites that I have created with Wix and Squarespace. So let's just take a look at these websites. So this is the one that we have with Squarespace. It's pretty basic. I created this using a template and you guys can see it looks very nice. It looks very professional. Pretty much the same with Wix. So if you go on ahead and you go into your Wix dashboard over here. So you guys can see I have my site actions. I can click on design site and this will open up my Wix website editor so I can show you guys my website that I've created using Wix. And it's pretty much the same. I followed a basic template to create this website, and the Wix website editor is super detailed. It's a drag and drop based editor. It goes the same for Squarespace. However, there are some core features that are different in both of these platforms. Now, Squarespace is more curated and it's more oriented for design. You guys can see within the website editor, if you go into design, it is going to focus a lot on the overall marketing style you want, the checkout page, the icons, the site styles, which is basically your branding. However, Wix is going to be a little different, which allows you to customize your website however you like. So if you want to go with a pink, blue, purple, green, orange, yellow color scheme, Wix is going to enable you and provide you with features to do that. However, with that, it can be a little complicated to navigate your website, so you need to have some level of understanding of how to build on Wix. Now, Wix has a unstructured editor like this. I just added a section over here. I can move on to a different page like the terms and conditions page, and then I can add any random section over here. It really doesn't matter. It allows me to add whatever wherever I want. However, Squarespace has a structured editor where you have your elements that are going to be added in a definitive manner. So first off, you're going to have your basic sections, then you're going to snap your column and your row down below it, then you're going to have your product section. So if I want to add any element in Squarespace over here, I can click on pages over here and I can add the page that I want. You guys can see you have your main navigation. Within that navigation, you have your sub pages, and everything is categorized and structured within your proper setup. Now, both are amazing and both have a very large gallery of templates, and Wix might have a slight edge in terms of the general elements that are present because of the free customization. You have things like galleries, maps, and contact forms, you have promotional banners, services, stores, bookings. All of those elements are readily available on Wix. and you can customize them however you want on Wix. And Wix has a lot more templates than Squarespace, but with that, Squarespace has a lot more tried and trusted elements and platform templates. So Squarespace template usually is going to perform better than a Wix one, but that is not to say that the Wix templates are not good. Wix has templates that are really standout, although they might feel like they are a bit saturated now. So that is something to also keep in mind. Now, with the Wix unstructured editor, it can be a little frustrating because of the drag and drop elements, because you're able to add and do whatever you want. You can, make a few mistakes and your website can really go down the hill. Plus, if you add a strip on Wix like this, so if I click on add element, I click on add strip, and I wanted to add it down below, it's going to add it wherever my mouse was hovering. So it doesn't allow me to categorize my information however I want it, because it's going to, place it over whatever element I am on. So if I add this, it's literally going to cut the services section and it's going to block the pre-existing text down below. You're going to have to resize this to fit better with your website, obviously. So like this, I can resize this as well. But obviously with Squarespace, you're not going to find these kinds of basic little issues that you are going to find with Wix because of the free customization that is available. Now, with this, it is also difficult to keep your website consistent. Because Wix has a lot of options, it can be a little overwhelming and it can also lead you to make a few bad decisions and you can make your website not look cohesive. Maybe my work page is very simplistic and minimalistic, but in my product page, I've added, all these elements, all these design things that can work against my overall aesthetic for my brand or for my website. Now, if we move to the structured editor of Squarespace, it doesn't have the same kind of problems. So if I go into design, I click on browser icon, add a favicon over here. I can select it from the library, but I haven't uploaded anything yet, so let's add a different kind of element. So let's say I want to go in my checkout page like this, and then whatever element I want to add, it is going to add it in the proper fashion where Squarespace's Fluid Engine Editor is only going to allow you to drag elements or content blocks into pre-existing rows and columns. So it's a visual drag and drop editor. It's still very customizable, but it gives you a sensible structure to stay within instead of being able to design whatever wherever you want. Now, for beginners and people that are just trying to build their website, I would say that Squarespace takes the lead on this. If you're someone that doesn't like these borders and you really want a lot of creative liberty, then Wix is the one for you. In terms of templates, Wix is definitely the clear winner with templates. It has a lot of customizable templates. Squarespace templates are all consistently good, but you're not going to have that much variety. And if you find a template on Wix that is good and works for you, you can really do whatever you want with it with the unlimited customization. Now, with that, there are core features that are very similar that, both of these have, but Wix does better. Things like photo galleries, maps, forms, and audio players. Both of these platforms are going to cover these features. However, Wix photo galleries are a lot more intuitive and easy to look at. Now, there are some features that Wix and Squarespace do not have very similarly, such as forms. So with Wix, you can directly go into the Add Business section, Add App section, and then within that, you can add a form app. With Squarespace, you will have to register with MUTT. So that is their MUT application for creating forms. And if you want to get started with any of these platforms, make sure to check the link in the description box down below because Wix and Squarespace can cost a pretty penny if you want to purchase them. So make sure to check the link in the description box down below to get started. Now, moving on, with live chat, you can directly add it with the Wix live chat. However, with Squarespace, you're going to have to register for a third-party provider that you're going to have to sign up for. You're going to have to purchase a plan. If there is a free one, you will have to sign up on a third-party platform. Plus, to get started with a multilingual website, I can directly translate my website. I would have to edit and add a third-party application like Vglot to be able to translate my website. With Wix, I can directly do it with their Wix multilingual app. Now, with that, in terms of third-party fonts, I can add them directly within Wix. However, with Squarespace, I would have to enter my custom CSS code. Now, Wix also lets you to, autoplay videos. However, Squarespace does not allow you to autoplay videos, so you will have to use GIFs if you want to autoplay something on Squarespace. You can't upload WebP images or WebM videos on Squarespace either, which is pretty disappointing considering a very great website editor with a lot of different assets you can add. However, you can't upload those on Squarespace directly. Plus, Wix also allows you to build landing pages with no header and footer because obviously, if you're running promotional campaigns, you're running multiple different types of campaigns, you might not need these header and footer sections. So I can remove the header and footer from any of my site pages. So I can click on open page layout and I can remove, the page layout. So I can click on no header and footer and it will be removed from my page. However, Squarespace does not allow you to do that. Now, with Wix, you also get any of your pages autosave. Even if I'm not saving as I go, autosave is turned on and my page edits will be saved. However, on Squarespace, no such feature is available. I will have to save everything step by step as I am doing it. Now, the Wix app is free to use. However, Wix does have the Wix branding on their free website. So if you create a free website with Wix, you cannot connect your custom domain, nor can you remove the Wix marketing or watermarks directly from your website. Now, there are certain things that Squarespace does a better job on, such as website menus and things like e-commerce donations, and other things such as donor-specific checkout, donor email receipts, as well as suggested amounts. All of these can be added in your Squarespace website. However, these are features that you cannot integrate directly onto Wix. Now, in terms of building a website for a podcast, both are good and both can create automations with a third-party application like Zapier, but I do think that maybe Wix is ahead of that simply because of the video and media integrations that you can add and how you can create it to be more visually appealing for a podcast website. Now, for e-commerce, I do think both of these are pretty much the same. They're not gonna have any standout features. They both have things such as digital products, print-on-demand services, point-of-sale systems, Instagram shopping tags, as well as cart recovery, recurring payments, and low stock notifications. So both of these are pretty much the same. But in terms of blogging, you will find that the core features on Squarespace are a lot better to use because Squarespace blogs look more beautiful because of their superior blog editor, which allows you to add Instagram feeds, galleries, newsletter forms, scrolling, event tickets, restaurant menus, and create a separate social image that you can share on your social media platforms. So Squarespace is going to be the better website builder for you then. Now, with the mobile versions of your website, Squarespace does a better job at that as well because their editor is not drag and drop, it's semi-drag and drop, you could say. It allows you to add things in rows and columns. It does it better. It can organize the information better on a mobile screen. And if we take a look at security, both provide you with SSL certificates and PCI DSS compliance is something that is going to allow you to secure the credit card numbers that people input, and both of these platforms have the same standards. They also have security monitoring as well as bug bounty programs, and Wix and Squarespace both have strict policies on third-party securities, so there are no safety threats on either of these platforms. But let's go into a different feature, which is pricing. Obviously, price is going to impact the plan that you purchase. Both of these platforms start at $16 a month on their annual plans. Now, With that, you have to be careful that you are choosing the plan that is for you. Now, see, this is the Wix monthly plan. However, with Squarespace, it is slightly more expensive. If you choose to pay monthly, you're gonna be paying $23 a month for their basic plan. Now, there are some bandwidth limitations on Wix, such as your 2 gigabytes of bandwidth that is going to be provided on the light version. However, you guys can see the core version has 50 gigabytes, the business one has 100 gigabytes, and the business elite has unlimited. So you have to make sure that you understand that you have some bandwidth limitations. Now, in general, for most users, I would recommend Squarespace over Wix because it's easier to use, it has a lot of features, and the core features are all present within Squarespace. However, for added customization and the ability to create a website that is really your own, I would say that Wix is the better option. So it really just depends on the basic needs that you have. And it's better that you check out both of these platforms with the free trial link that I have added in the description box down below. So make sure to check that out if you want to get started with either of these for free. Both of these are going to be great platforms. They're going to build you great websites. And if you are comparing the inbuilt features of both of these, free blogging features like post scheduling and tags and comments are available on Wix, but things like categories, comment, moderation, tags, and other features might not be available. So Squarespace is going to win in that category. In e-commerce, both of them are the same, but with things like backup and storage, automatic backup is available on Wix. However, it has storage limitations. However, with Squarespace, they offer you unlimited website storage, but you have to just back up your website manually. However, because of the unlimited storage, I really don't think that is going to be a problem to back it up manually once in a while. So really, it just depends on the use that you want to have your website for, the things you want to accomplish with your website, and if you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you're still conflicted, then check out the link in the description box down below. You can get started for free and choose the one that you find to be better for your use. And I will catch you guys in the next video.